My name is Dharmendra sir from Divine Public School, your science teacher. We are learning the chapter 10, light, reflection and refraction. Now, we have seen yesterday what is refractive index. We have seen refraction through a glass slab. Now what we are going to learn is image formation by a convex lens. Now this is really interesting. We have learned 6 cases of concave mirror. Similarly, convex lens also have 6 cases. But before that, let me quickly tell you about the different points for a convex. The same rules follows here also. If you have a convex lens, right? So this is your principal axis. This is your principal axis. Okay. Now, how do you define what is your principal focus and all? So here what we can do is, this is your incident ray. So parallel rays will come. Okay. So when a parallel rays will come, what happen is, after refraction, where does it go? So after refraction, where does it go? I'll show you. So after refraction, here instead of reflection, what happen is, they bend, right? Where the medium changes, and they bend and they meet at one point. And this point we call it as principal focus. So here if you see, when you try to pass a parallel rays of light, even the same rule happen here. After reflection, they all meet at one point, is called principal focus. Okay, principal focus. So do you think it has only one principal focus? Because the lens do not have a right side or a left side or reflecting side. Because if you see, if you try to see your magnifying glass, that is your convex lens. Now when a magnifying glass, if you see from the left side, still you can see. If you see from the right side, still you can see. So here there will be two principal focus. Like how, if you have a convex lens and you try to send a parallel rays from this side, okay, still after reflection they all meet at one point. Okay, and that's what we call principal focus. Now, which side should we assume, on the left side or right side? That's why they said that for a convex lens, right, for a convex lens they have two principal focus. Now, in order to get confused or do not create any confusion, what happen is, we can do like this, that this is your f1 and this is your f2. Okay, so that is how they create f1 and f2. Now then how many center of curvature? Now if you see, it can, when you extend this, again the same rule happen, that it should be two imaginary spheres you can create. Okay, two imaginary spheres you can create. So here let's say this is your f1 f2, this is your f1 f2, then this is your c1 c2. So it has two center of curvature. So instead of writing this thing, they always write down like this. Now instead of c1 c2, what do they write out? c1 c2, instead of c1 c2 they write down 2f1 2f2. Instead of c1 c2 they write down 2f1 2f2. Why? Because radius of curvature is twice the focal length. Radius of curvature is always twice the focal length, double the focal length. So if your distance from here is 10 centimeter, this is always 20 centimeter. Okay, so radius of curvature is always double the focal length. That is the reason instead of they write C1 C2, they write down 2f1 2f2. Okay, so these are the points and these are the definition works in the same way. The distance between pole and the center of curvature is called radius of curvature. The distance of pole and focal point is called focal length. Everything is same as what the lens. So here again I draw lens. This is your principal axis. This, now this, instead of they say pole, they tell is that optical center O. Optical center O. Okay, what do they call? They call optical center O. See, okay, can you see this one? The same definitions, the same definition. They said f1 2f1 f2 2f2. Okay, and optical center O. The rules is still the same. Okay, now why do they call it as a double concave lens, double concave lens or double convex lens? Okay, now you know what you mean by double convex or concave. Actually double means what? The lens, if you talk about a lens, it is the one part only like this, that is a lens, but it is on both the side. So we call it as a double convex lens. And if you draw like this, concave, so it is double concave lens. So that is the difference between double convex lens and double concave lens. Okay, now I'll show you the rules, the way we have rules, right? See here, the same rule happen. What is our first rule? When a ray is parallel to principal axis, after refraction, where does it pass? It passes from F. But if it is coming from left side, after refraction, it passes from other F. Okay. Similarly, what is the second rule? If it passes from F, it will become parallel to principal axis. The same rule. Third rule, if it passes from optical center O, it will not get refracted. Always remember, no reflection, no refraction if it passes from optical center O. So see, this is the rules. Again I'll tell you, right?
pen up. Pen.
Now this is your principal axis. What they are saying is, if a ray is parallel to principal axis, after reflection, from where does it pass? It passes from F. But here it is F1. So we write this as F2. Similarly, what is our second rule? Second rule tells you that if this is your lens, this is your principal axis, if a ray passes from F, after refraction, it will become parallel. Did you see the same rule as what we have seen in mirror? The third rule tells you this is your principal axis. Now they said if a ray passes from optical center O, there should be no refraction. Understand? There should be no refraction. So there are only three rules here, and don't think, please understand, there is no pole here. Instead of pole, we write down optical center O, and whatever distance we are taking from optical center O. So three rules again: parallel to principal axis, passing from F will become parallel, and from optical center O there is no refraction. Okay.